Spaghetti squash is a thick-skinned winter squash that holds really well during the winter months, and it's available now in the grocery stores and the farmers markets. And it gets its name because inside it has strands that look just like spaghetti noodles, but they taste so delicious, a little bit nutty, a little bit sweet, but not quite as sweet as things like acorn squash, the other winter squash. So I like to prepare it roasted. There's all different ways to prepare spaghetti squash. You can put the whole thing just like this into a pot of boiling water. You can prick it with a fork, put it in the microwave, the oven. But I like to know for certain that the spaghetti strands are just the texture that I like. And so I like to cut them in half. I cut off the stem end, cut the squash in half lengthwise, and then I use my grapefruit spoon to scrape out those seeds. And then all I did to this spaghetti squash was to rub it each half with about a tablespoon of olive oil, sprinkled it with a little salt and pepper, and I put it in a 400-degree oven for about 50 minutes. And then I took it out and I let it cool a little bit so that it's easier to handle. And you can see when I start to shred it apart, I just get these lovely strands that look just like spaghetti. Now, I also sauteed a little bit of minced fresh garlic in a skillet in some olive oil, and I'm going to scrape the spaghetti squash right into the olive oil and garlic. And I think I'll just set this down because it's easier to work with when it's on a flat surface. And then just use your fork and gently scrape the spaghetti squash away from the shell. And it comes away real easily. And sometimes it sticks together a little bit, but you can see that this is really coming nicely. It's perfectly done. And even when it's done, it's still got a little bit of a crunch. So it's a lot different than eating spaghetti, but you can use it just like you would use spaghetti noodles. And once I have it out of the shell, I would do this to both of the halves, and then I just stir it around with the olive oil and the garlic. And at that point, I put it on the heat to warm it up a little bit, and then you can top it with your favorite marinara sauce or serve it on the side with some roast chicken and a nice green salad. It is delicious. I hope you'll give it a try. I'm Sue Doden, sharing good food for good life 365.